Behind home runs by Gregor Blanco and Joe Panik, the Giants took Game 2 of the series with the D-backs. But the biggest contribution came from Tim Hudson, who not only hit his 4th career home run, but also pitched 6 innings to pick up the win. Who will step up tonight for the Orange and Black? Final game of the series, Giants D-backs, next. One more night in the desert as we come to you from Chase Field as we get ready for Giants baseball. Game 3 of this 3-game series, Giants D-backs. Hi again, everybody. I'm Dwayne Kuiper. Alongside me is Mike Krukow. Well, the winner of this game wins the series. Giants have a chance to go 4-6 on this road trip. That doesn't sound too bad. And they'll hand the ball to the kid, and that kid is Chris Heston.
Well, it doesn't sound so bad considering the Giants lost the first 5 games of this 10-game road trip. Chris Heston, first big league win was in this ballpark. He's always felt confident pitching in this environment. And hopefully he can hit that comfort zone of confidence early in this game, because this is a team, the Diamondbacks, that wants nothing more than to regain their home field advantage. They've lost this the last several years to the Giants here, and that's really what is up at stake for the D-backs. So Heston, a chance to win a series here for the first time. The Giants haven't won a series since the first week of August. He can do that tonight. Hopefully he can do it. All
right, Buster Posey not behind the dish. It'll be Jackson Williams. Stay tuned. We'll take you to our Comcast Sportsnet studios for an update, and we'll do that right after this.
You buy Jack in the Box. For a limited time, try the new Portobello Mushroom Buttery Jack with melted garlic herb butter. And by Toyota, the full-line automaker with the longest-lasting vehicles in America. Toyota, let's go places.
Game 3 of this 3-game series just about ready to get underway. Our game time weather is presented by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. The admission-free boardwalk is open this weekend. 92 outside, 77 inside. 40% humidity, and the roof is closed for the final game, and it's really always closed at this time of year. Let's take a look at the lineup that Zach Godley will be facing. It'll be Pagan who will lead it off. He's had a good trip, followed by Panic, Duffy, and Belt. Bird is going to hit in the 5th slot. Then it's Blanco, Noonan, and Williams, and Heston will pitch.
On the hill tonight for the Arizona Diamondbacks will be the right-hander Zach Godley, 25 years old, 6'3", 220-pounder. This is the 5th start that he's had. Came over to the Diamondbacks that sent Miguel Montero to the Cubs. Godley originally a Cub product. He's 4-1 with a 3.62 ERA. Had 25 strikeouts in 27 innings, and he's a sinker baller, which when you can have a strikeout inning, that's pretty good. You're going to see a sinker that's in low 90s, big curveball slider, and he's got a split. And out of a high 3/4 release. His last outing had some problems with some command, so they'll keep an eye on that tonight. But when he's on, he's got lots of movement.
And the first pitch of the ball game is outside. So we get started right on time at 6:40. Pagan hitting at 263, a home run, which he hit on this trip. There's a strike, and 29 runs batted in. So he's had a good road trip. With Joe Panic on deck, just underway. Home plate umpire is Chris Conroy. Then it's Barrett, Amari, and Hernandez from 1st to 3rd.
And Chris Conroy, a low ball umpire, very consistent. Does not have a big zone, but he's steady with it. What you get in the 1st, you're going to get in the 9th.
And a foul back. It's 2-2.
Let's take a look at the defense that the Diamondbacks will employ tonight behind Zach Godley. It'll be Peralta, Inciarte, and Brito, the best arm in center field with Inciarte, and it's legit. Ahmed and Lamb on the left side, Owens and Goldschmidt on the right side. And Saltalamacchia, he'll be in the squad, putting down the signs.
Foul out of play again.
With the dome, the conditions are pretty benign. There's obviously no wind, but there's carry from foul line to foul line. This is a great place to hit. One of the best backdrops in all of baseball. You really see the ball well here, and the infield's fast. It all favors the hitter. Gaps are fast, and down both lines there's a little indentation, which allows for extra base hits, doubles.
3-2. Out of play again. So right off the bat, a 7-pitch at bat.
You see the dimensions, 335 down the right field line.
Hit well into left center field. On the move is Inciarte. Still on the move, and in the gap, he'll run it down.
Nice play. Well, time for our Togo's big play the Togo's way. Joe Panic last night, first start since August 1st, and all he did was go 2 for 3. Hit a home run, a double, he walked, got hit by a pitch, had a couple RBIs, scored a couple of runs. Welcome back, Joe Panic. That's our Togo's big play the Togo's way.
Yeah, not only that, but he had a hit the night before as a pinch hitter, and he's 3 for 4 in this series. There's a called strike. There's some Panic fans here. 314 overall, 8 home runs, 37 runs batted in. Foul down the left field line and out of play.
Zach Godley, if you're taking it at bat against him, you're going to see something hard coming at you. About 81% of the time, he will throw sinkers and cutters. His specialty pitch is a curveball. 10% of the time, he'll throw that more to lefties. Changeups more. I beg your pardon. Curveballs more to righties. Changeups more to lefties.
So that pitch missed the target by Saltalamacchia. It was right down the pipe, and it's 0-2. I've seen this couple here for many, many years now. And if you think they leave and go home, they don't. They just sit in that seat forever. 0-2 pitch. Here it is. And a one hopper.
Catchers love those. Yeah, you have to block him in case the guy might swing at it. Catchers, God love them.
One and two to Panic. Panic pops this one into left. This will be Peralta who makes the catch. 2 outs. And here's Duffy.
Third baseman, number 5, Matt Duffy.
Duffy hitting at .301. His road trip has been a pretty good one. He's got 12 hits on the trip.
Chris Heston is ready to pitch the bottom of the first.
That's how your eyes are supposed to look. Duffy goes the other way, moving Brito back, and that is going to end the inning. So a 1-2-3 inning, 3 fly balls. Heston coming out, 0-0.
It's time for tonight's Roof Report, presented by EPS. Ensure the comfort of our fans, the roof Chase Roof will remain.
Goldschmidt, and he's got pretty good numbers against the old Gigantes, followed by Peralta, then Saltalamacchia, Lamb, Brito, and Ahmed, and then Zach Godley will hit 9.
On the hill tonight for the Giants will be Chris Heston, making start number 26. Heston, 27 years old, 6'3", 195-pounder. This is his rookie year. Started his season out with a win here against these Arizona Diamondbacks back in April. He is 11-9 on the year with a 3.54 ERA, 115 strikeouts against 50 walks. When you take your at-bats against him, you're going to see a high 80s, low 90s fastball with sink or cut, depending on the grip. More sink than cut. When he's right, he will throw a lot of ground balls. He'll give you a curveball, slider, and a changeup.
So here's Ender Inciarte. And And the first pitch to Enciarte is tapped foul, hitting at .291. He's got 4 home runs. He's got 39 runs batted in. Chris Owings on deck. And the pitch is in tight. 1 ball and 1 strike. The pool. The pool's got some action.
Oh, yeah. Boys just hanging out.
They got one guy in there that's on the disabled list. There's a bouncing ball to Panic.
I didn't know you could wear a cast in a hot tub.
Either.
It's news to me. Let's take a look at the Giants defense playing behind Heston tonight, starting the Giants outfield from left to right. It'll be Blanco, Pagan, and Bird. Noonan and Duffy on the left side of the infield. Panic and Bell on the right side. Jackson Williams, he's going to get a start. He'll be in the squad, putting down the signs. Buster Posey getting a night off.
Owings hitting at .239, 4 home runs, 39 driven in. He's got 1 hit and 9 at bats lifetime. There's the guy on the DL. You know what? That makes him the baddest dude in the pool.
Yeah, as far as I'm concerned. Plus, his 2 best buds signed it.
He's the only guy in the pool allowed with a weapon.
It's great when you're a kid. You don't have to worry about your last name. Just sign your first name. That's enough.
On the ground towards the hole and a base hit. So Owings with a 1-out single, and that'll bring up Goldschmidt.
First baseman, number 44, Paul Goldschmidt.
So here's Goldschmidt. He's had 6 lifetime at bats against Heston, and he's produced 3 hits. 2 of those 3 hits doubles. And the pitch is wide, 1-0. David Peralta is on deck.
Goldschmidt, as good as there is in this game. Very consistent, solid player.
Out of play down the right field line. This head towards the upper deck, and it'll fall just short.
Back in the heydays in the 90s, it would always be a competition between Barry Bonds and Jeff Bagwell, the right-handed hitting first baseman for the Houston Astros. And Paul Goldschmidt reminds me a lot of Bagwell, because this guy is inside out with the ball, with power. He's got good speed, can hit for an average. He's the whole package. Gold Glover. You talk about the numbers that he's had this year with 27 home runs, hitting .318. He's got 21 stolen bases.
Well, there isn't a whole lot he can't do. It's a very short list. Owens has got 16 steals. He's been caught 4 times. Two balls and 1 strike to Paul Goldschmidt. High and deep to left. In the park. I think he just missed it.
Oh.
Do I write down as a pop-up or a fly ball?
Right down, just missed it.
Number 6,
Because he just misses it. Just underneath it. I mean, he hit it hard enough, just had too much height. And this ballpark is so live. Now, you hit that same ball in April when you don't have as much humidity in the air, and it is out of here. Because the air is thicker this time of year here in the desert, it's a bit more fair to pitchers. But off the crack of the bat, I thought that was gone.
So here's Peralta. First pitch wide. 1 ball and no strikes. Peralta's got a home run lifetime against Heston. Heston pitched the third game of the season here. He's got to win. Nice block by Williams. 2 balls and no strikes. For a young man that didn't look like he had much of a shot at making the team in spring training, he didn't have any shot, really. He's making his 27th start.
Oh, yeah, an 11-game winner coming into this assignment.
Runner goes. Good jump. And this is hit to Panic. And that's going to end the inning. For the Giants, it'll be Belt, Bird, and Blanco coming up.
Solar Company. Not just any solar company. The solar company. Switch to solar and save.
Well, the Giants going to take on the Dodgers at the end of the month in a 4-game series, September 28th through October 1st. And you can check out the $25 dynamic deals for the games on the 28th and the 29th. So don't miss Dodgers Giants. Tickets start at just $25. Go to sfgiants.com/dynamic deal.
Here's Belt. Belt hitting at 279. And he takes low. It'll be Belt, Bird, and Blanco. Overshift is on for Belt. And he wraps one into center field, a base hit. And the first base runner for the Giants. And here's Bird. Bird's had a nice trip, 9 for 36. Belt, by the way, 6 for 29, now 6 for 30 on the trip. So here's Marlon Bird. Fouls it back, no balls and 1 strike.
The book on Godley, young right-hander for the Diamondbacks, is that he will give you something to hit. The longer the at-bat goes, he will elevate. What the Diamondbacks saw early when he started getting some starting assignments was he was consistent down around the knees. And gradually he's sort of lost that feel with his release point, and he's making more location mistakes.
Snuck that one by Marlon Bird. It's 0-2.
This will be the last start that Godley will make this year. They're going to put him in the bullpen because of the amount of innings that he's thrown. Still a young arm. They're building that strength up. Last year, a reliever. Topped out at just over 50 innings. So this year they've added 70 on top of that. So you can understand their concern.
Got him.
Tight little cutter. Not a lot of movement, but quick at the end, and he gets his first strikeout. Just a little slide, about 6 inches. Not much tilt, moving away from Bird. And that's his education. A lot of these guys are seeing Godley for the first time tonight.
So here's Blanco. Blanco at 291, 5 home runs, 2 on this trip. 26 driven in. And he takes high and wide, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. Not close. This was the home run last night. Originally called not a home run.
Now it just has to get over the yellow line. It just gets over. Hard to tell. And the umpires eventually agreed that it indeed did go over the line.
I think you need a basket here.
Yeah, not a bad idea.
There's a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike. It made things a whole lot easier for all the umpires at Wrigley Field, that's for sure. Two and 1. Out of play, 2 and 2. So that 90 mile an hour fastball, sneaky. And a toss and Belt back. Belt's got 9 steals. I'm sure he'd like to get double digits for the year. Panic's got 8. Or make that Duffy's got 8. I'm sure he'd like to get double digits. Could be a double play ball. And it is. As it goes Owings, Ahmed, and Goldschmidt. It remains 0-0.
Coast Pizzeria. When you want the best pizza in town, Amici's delivers.
Log on to csnbayarea.com as insider Alex Pavlovich provides wire-to-wire reporting of the Giants this season. You get breaking news, video special features, and a lot more only on csnbayarea.com. And a first pitch strike to Salta Lamacchia.
Yeah, it's my mom. She's a gamer.
Salta Lamacchia swings and fouls it back. There's an overshift.
Defense pretty straight away in the outfield, playing to pull on the infield to the right side.
Pulled foul. Yep. Grab some popcorn. Is that cheese flavored and regular?
It is, the popcorn tree.
Got him. Curveball?
Good breaking ball. Good curveball indeed. Back foot.
Here's Lamb.
First time Salta Lamacchia has seen him. Drops it right at the back foot.
That's a big curveball.
It is.
He had that curveball working when he threw the no-hitter. Lamb hitting .282. Skies this one to left. And Blanco moving over, and he makes the catch. 2 outs.
If you're taking your bats off Chris Heston, you're going to see a fastball. Most of the time it's going to have sink on it. And then the curveball slider combination. And really whatever the one is going good that night, he'll ride that thing hard. And he's now brought in a changeup. At the start of the year, he didn't really have that pitch. But now it's a pitch he will throw in a 3-2 count. That is how he has progressed.
Here's Socrates Brito. Had an infield hit for his first major league hit in this series. So as a big leaguer, he's 1 for 1. Fouls this one at the plate.
And that's the changeup we're talking about. He really didn't have much of a confidence in that pitch back in April. He was pretty much going at you with 2 types of fastball and a breaking ball. And Dave Righetti has introduced the changeup. Now he's throwing a lot.
Good breaking ball, 1 and 2.
Nice 2-pitch combination, changeup to a backdoor curveball.
Straightaway defense on the infield for Brito.
Yeah, they don't have much history on him. He hasn't really filled out the spray charts. Only had one big league at bat. You know, Heston's no baby. He pitched for 6 years in the minor leagues before he got to the big leagues. He's a 27-year-old rookie. So what you learn along the way when you're playing that many years professionally is that you can pick up something quick and you can apply it. He's done that, especially with the changeup.
And that'll end the inning. So nice job by Heston. 3rd inning coming up.
you by Ring Central. Business communications made simple.
No score is Noonan stands in. And Noonan takes high. 1 ball and no strikes. It'll be Noonan, Jackson Williams, and then Chris Heston. Both teams with a hit. Noonan wraps this one to second. And it's Owen who wrestles this one and throws him out.
Well, September 14th is Step Up to the Plate. Your special event package will get you a ticket to the Reds game as they take on the Giants. You're going to get a bobblehead of Tim Hudson, an advocate of human rights and ending poverty. Proceeds benefit local nonprofits whose missions are in line with helping those in need of assistance. To get a Hudson bobblehead, you need to get a special event ticket. Go to sfgiants.com/special events.
So here's Williams, who in his season debut with the Giants took an 0 for 3 in Denver. And he takes a strike. Chris Heston to follow. And another strike. Is 0-2.
Jackson Williams, originally a Giants player, came up through their system. Got to the big leagues with the Rockies. And then the Giants got him off the waivers from the Angels. One thing about Williams, they've always liked his ability to catch. I mean, he's a real good receiver, a catch and throw guy. He's never really been able to hit enough to stay at the big league level. And earlier this month, on this road trip in Denver, Giants lost 2 catchers in one day. Andrew Susac, problems with his hand. And then Hector Sanchez sprained an ankle severely. He'll be out the rest of the year. And they had to bring up Jackson Williams to support this man right here, Buster Posey.
What did Bruce Bochy say? He lost 3 guys while he was sleeping?
Yeah. Nori Aoki went out the same day with recurring problems from a concussion he had about a month earlier.
Outside, 3-2.
You can see the way the Diamondbacks are going after Williams. They're just giving him a steady diet of breaking balls. That has always been a weakness.
And he walked him. Here's our AT&T U-Verse rewind. Tim Hudson last night. He got the win. He went 6 innings, 4 hits, 1 run, no walks, 4 strikeouts. He threw 74 pitches, and oh, by the way, hit his 4th career home run. And after the game, he was drug tested. Heston with a bunt, and he rolls it foul. And he laughed about it. He said, "I'm not shocked."
40-year-old pitchers to hit home runs with the Giants. Clarence Mitchell did it in 1931, and Steve Carlton, we saw that one in 1986. And Hudson last night. 1 of 2 hits he had last night, by the way. And he enjoyed every minute of it. So Saltalamacchia going to come out and talk to his young right-hander. The conversation is going to go like this: get the ball down, Pete.
How about those 3 guys? You think they've pitched some big games in their life?
Matt Cain, Tim Hudson, Jake Peavy. Man, the guy there to the lower part of your screen, Posey, he's the guy that caught him.
Wow.
Ongoing dialogue. They're talking about hitters.
Would you like to listen to that conversation? 1 ball and 1 strike. It's a bunt and run, and not in time as Ahmed missed the tag. Jackson Williams with the miracle slide.
Well, I think he's as surprised as anybody.
That's a stolen base.
That's significant because they get a runner in score position without giving up an out. See the throw from Saltalamacchia, it goes wide. Ahmed tries to make a comeback tag, but a little open lane for Williams to swing wide and still stay in contact with the base. He gets himself his first career stolen base.
I'm not sure what Heston's doing.
I don't understand why they're bunting him with one out.
Bruce Bochy just left his seat.
That was not a sign that was put on for Bruce Bochy. And Heston's a good hitter.
And that's the whole point. So here's Pagan. Pagan hit a fly ball into deep left center field that was tracked down by Enciarte, and he swings and misses. I think if you're reading Heston's lips is that he put the bunt sign on.
Now, he may have thought he saw the bunt sign get put on from Roberto Kelly. In most instances, there's always an indicator. And you can run through a series of signs, but unless the indicator gets put on, then it doesn't. Whatever sign you put down doesn't mean anything. But once you put the indicator down, then it's hot. Then you run through your signs, and whatever sign is the bunt sign is going. And apparently, he thought he saw it.
Yeah. May not have even had the bunt sign on.
But you know what, though? He's a rookie. And what he'll learn in future situations is if he gets that 1 out, 1-2 count bunt sign, he'll call timeout and go ask.
So it's 1 and 2 to Pagan.
Or call timeout and ask for the sign again.
That'll end the inning. It'll be Nick Ahmed to lead things off.
Is brought to you by Pete's Cold Brew. Keep it smooth.
It's a 0-0 ball game here in the home half of the third inning. It'll be Nick Ahmed, then the pitcher Godley, and then Enciarte. Ahmed hitting .219. And it's low. 1 ball and no strikes. Each team with a hit, each team has stranded a runner. There's a strike.
You know, a small thing like missing a sign or doing something at the plate that you may have messed up on a bit, it can fracture your confidence and your concentration if you're a pitcher. And that's why you don't have any direct confrontation normally from a manager or a pitching coach if a pitcher does something offensively that is in question, because they don't want to fracture that concentration or confidence. But Heston does not show any ill effects of the botched bunt play.
Yeah, because I don't think he thinks he did anything wrong.
Yeah, I agree.
Got him.
Backdoor to nice two-seam fastball. That's an example of a low strike zone you're going to get from Conroy. And watch the frame job from Jackson Williams. Just sticks it right there in the outside corner at the knees. And that's strikeout number 3 for Heston. And I don't think Ahmed is enthusiastic about it. It's just a gut feeling.
Here's Godley, who's 1 for 6. Well, he stands in there like he can hit, and I'm only going by what he looks like.
Well, he's a guy. He's got a hit, so there's your track record.
Look at him. Look at that.
That makes him a threat. Upon further review,
well, it's all right. So he doesn't take a pitch well.
That's the first breaking ball that he's ever seen.
He stands there like Matt Williams. Look at that. Never mind. Although Matt Williams could hit that pitch, I'm sorry.
He would. Meanwhile, out in the pool, things are happening.
Out in the pool. It's like Dad's got in the pool.
Yeah, look at Lefty. He's trying to keep it dry. I don't know.
They're all staying away from Lefty because one gunk on the head with that and you're down. Here's Inciarte. That's the age where you do that all day. And when they fall asleep, they are O-U-T.
Dead weight.
1 ball and 1 strike.
And I think by the end of the night, that cast may weigh as much as he does.
Absolutely. Tap foul, 1-2. On the ground, and boy, that looked close to being fair, I got to tell you.
It looked fair to me. It looked fair to Inciarte. I want to go back to the first pitch. Watch how he takes this pitch. That does him 0 good. Now, he was going to go up there and take that pitch, but at least try and time your back leg to the pitch. Get something out of a take. And he got nothing out of that take. It's just a young player's mistake.
Inciarte lines one to left for a base hit. And that'll bring up Chris Owens.
It's one thing I learned in 1982 when I was with the Phillies. Pete Rose was on that team, and he was arguably the greatest hitter in the game. And he never, ever took a pitch that he didn't try to get something out of, at least time his back leg to it. And when you think about it, it makes a lot of sense. And a lot of guys will go up there and they'll do what Inciarte did. They just stand there. And it's a wasted opportunity.
Owens singled in the first inning. Hit a ball right past Duffy. $17 steals for Inciarte. Tap to Noonan. And that'll end the inning. No runs, a hit, one left through 3. Nothing.
Max Muscle Sports Nutrition. Now with 25 Bay Area locations. Come visit our newest stores in Pleasanton and Gilroy.
Here's Joe Panik, a 0-0 ball game. Panik hit a fly ball to the left as he takes a strike. Duffy then Belt. Zach Godley throws. Swinging a fly ball to right. Moving back is Brito. And he'll put it away. On Saturday the 12th, the Padres are in town. It's a 6:05 start. And a reminder to come out early because on that day you can enjoy live music at the annual Fiesta Gigantes presented by Coors Light. Padres in town, sfgiants.com/tickets. So Panik retired. Here's Duffy. Duffy hit a fly ball to right. And a called strike. Duffy takes low right now, trying to get on for Brandon Belt, who's got the only hit in the game for the Giants. The 1-1 pitch. Tap foul, so it's 1-2.
Duffy slightly open stance. And what we have seen him do consistently all year long is use the whole field, especially late in the count. He'll go to the right side and stuff that's working away from him. Use right field a lot.
And he loops one to right, and Brito's going to dive forward and make the catch.
Nice play.
So 2 outs.
Rio just moving into his left. Had a real nice jump. The ball hanging up there for him. Style points. It's great here. After he makes the play, turns around, looks right up to the big screen, and they're replaying it. I mean, it's a great generation to be a big league. Make a good play, you get to watch it 2 or 3 times here at the yard.
If you kick a ground ball, then you don't look.
No. No, you just stare at your glove as if it betrayed you.
Belt single in the 2nd inning. Here he takes a strike.
One of the few belt high strikes we've seen tonight from Conroy's strike zone.
Swing and a miss, and that's going to end the inning. 4 strikeouts for Godley. The beat coming up.
Transmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of San Francisco Baseball Associates, LLC.
Here at Chase Field, it's a 0-0 ball game.
Battle of 2 young pitchers. So now Godley puts a 0 on the top of the 4th inning. Now it's up to Heston to answer.
And here's Goldschmidt. My suggestion would be for Heston is don't throw the pitch that Goldschmidt hit in the 1st.
He threw him a belt high sinker that did not sink middle in.
So strong with such a short stroke. He's got 27 home runs. He's 3 RBI shy of 100. And he drives one to center field. Pagan back. Pagan in front of the wall, and he makes the catch. Heston looking at Williams like, what am I doing wrong here with this guy?
Well, nothing. You're getting him out.
Not yet. You're right.
He's found the magic pitch. It's called a hanging sinker, middle in at the belt. And let's take a look at it. The second time they throw the same thing. But they do break his elbows down, so he does get bunched up. But for Goldschmidt, he's going to walk back to the dugout thinking the same thing. I just missed it.
So here's Peralta, who bounced out to Panic. And he shoots one down the left field line. This is trouble. And it's a fair ball and a ground rule double.
So Peralta taking his knowledge of his first at bat, knowing that the fastball from Heston's going to run away from him. Going up there thinking left field, and he beats the movement. It's a 2-seamer off the plate away. If he tries to pull that, it's a little rollover to the second baseman. He stays inside nicely and puts himself in score position. Good at bat.
Wasn't even a strike.
It was up, and that was the mistake of the pitch. That's 2 mistakes up that he's made back to back. One stayed in the park, the other one didn't.
So here's Saltalamacchia, who struck out in the second. And that's a foul on a check swing, and it's 0-1.
That's a gift. Well, Heston will do that. I mean, he'll rock along. Well, he'll have knee-high command the whole game, and all of a sudden, one inning, he'll elevate. You'll see him get up around the belt, and he has a problem making that adjustment from pitch to pitch. And that last pitch was up. And I don't think it was intentional.
Low, 1 ball and 1 strike.
So Williams changing pitches, calling us a changeup, and he gets that down around the knees. And just something that simple can be effective in getting a guy down in the strike zone. Simple, like just change your pitch.
1-2. And Heston will turn around and chase Peralta back to second. It's a 0-0 ball game here in the 4th. And Saltalamacchia just got a piece.
They keep throwing that breaking ball down out of the strike zone. He keeps biting at it. Remember, he struck out on his first at bat, and twice in this at bat he's gone after it. So this will be a decision for Jackson Williams. Do you call a fastball, go away from that ball below the strike zone one time, or do you just keep pounding him down below? You may want to go front door sink here with the fastball.
Well, he's coming in more than he did in Colorado.
Well, that's a pitch right there with a 1-2 count. If you miss with the fastball, thinking that you want to throw the fastball just to cleanse the palate of the eye to come back with another breaking ball, you don't want to miss out over the plate.
That's got the sound of a ball struck well and gone. And it's 2-0.
That's a mistake. You go at the outside corner with a fastball at 89. You do not want to miss out over the plate. You want to be on the corner, let your movement take it away from the zone. And again, being up in the strike zone has hurt him. Ouch.
So here's Lamb. Lamb takes down low. He had a fly ball to left in the second.
That's where he needs to be, though. I mean, that was an 88-mile-an-hour sinker. So much more effective down at the knees and below than at the belt.
3-0. So the home run may have knocked off Heston in his game here just a little bit. Ball 4.
That is one of the signs that pitching coaches will look at. When a guy gives up a home run, all of a sudden he has a 4-pitch walk. That is cause for concern. Because that's exactly what happens. The home run fractures your concentration. And he's got to get it back.
Brito struck out in the second. And he lines this one, but it's right at Bird. 2 outs. And here's Nick Ahmed.
Shortstop, Nick Ahmed.
Well, Ahmed, who struck out looking, is coming up hitting under 220. Ball and no strikes. That's a pretty good seat to do that.
Yep. That's a great seat.
In tight. So when you do the whole pool thing,
yeah,
the game is actually secondary.
Well, it seems like it is tonight.
So the game is like background noise for some.
They're having a good time.
They are. But what do you bet that every one of those kids either have a pool in their backyard or one that's really close?
Well, Arizona, I'd say that's a pretty good bet. This is the land of the swimming pools.
So these are not people that are coming here from Wisconsin in December.
No. I don't think so. I think they're locals.
2 balls and a strike.
Slight pull on the left side of the infield.
Foul down the left field line. It's 2-2.
I've got some history tonight. Angel Hernandez at third base tonight, umpiring in his 3,000th game. So congratulations, Angel Hernandez. It's a good run.
2 balls, 2 strikes. And that'll end the inning. Saltalamacchia, 2-run home run after 4, 2-0. And he did it in Philadelphia at Shibe Park. Thompson played third base and went 2 for 4. He had a double and he had 2 RBIs. Bobby Thompson, a very famous name in this franchise. Here's Marlon Byrd. Byrd struck out in the second. He'll tap this one slowly to third. Can Godley throw him out? He will not, and he will throw it down the right field line, and Bird's going to be out. And that's because Owings hustled.
Chris Owings, the second baseman. Assignment is back up the play. Put yourself in position. And on a swing and bunt, I mean, Godley should never have thrown this ball. But watch the second baseman come around, play the Karen, and as soon as Marlon Byrd made a left turn towards second base, he knew he was hung out when he saw Owings. And that is a hustle play.
So here's Blanco. Should be a base hit.
It is.
Blanco hit into a 4-6-3 double play, and he takes wide 1-0. So it's a single. And then kind of an odd 4-3 out. 2-0 with Nick Noonan to follow. There's Nick Noonan. And a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Godley has not spent a whole lot of time in the stretch tonight.
There's a base hit for Blanco. Oh, he's swinging a nice bat right now.
What a difference it has made in his career playing alongside Nori Aoki. Aoki joined the team this year. About a third of the way into the season, he noticed something in the swing of Blanco. He was not using his hands. He was barring his front arm. He's made a little correction, and the difference has been dramatic. He's opened up a whole side of the field, the left side of the field for Blanco, and his batting average really has reflected it.
So Noonan takes wide. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Good look at Chase Field from high above behind home plate. Foul back. A significant game tonight in Washington, D.C. The Mets swept the Nationals. So that whole situation with Matt Harvey has not affected the Mets whatsoever, as they beat him 5-3.
Mets now lead that division by 7 games over the Nationals.
Noonan 1-2. Always look for something that could knock a team off kilter, and that thing did not. Noonan taps it foul.
Well, the controversy was in regards to Matt Harvey. He was recovering from Tommy John surgery. Had a 180 inning ceiling on his year this year. He initially said, I'm going to pitch in the playoffs. Then all of a sudden he backtracked and he changed his mind. Well, it caused a complete media storm in New York, and he was in the middle of it. And that can affect a clubhouse when you're putting together chemistry this time of year.
Got him.
And the Mets have certainly put together chemistry. They're on a roll.
You see Michael Broadway in the bullpen.
Catcher, Jackson Williams.
So here's Williams, who drew a walk in the third. Alejandro Diaz now comes out of the dugout. He would hit if Williams extends the inning. One ball and no strikes. 2-0. On the ground to short. And that'll end the inning. Giants with a couple of hits that inning. Nothing to show for it. Bottom of the fifth coming up.
Tim Hudson. He's one of those guys everybody just loves to be around. When he hit the homer, it had the whole dugout laughing. That's our Geico quote of the game. It's the reaction of the Giants dugout when Hudson hit his home run last night. Nice hit, old man. A term of endearment.
Thank goodness. Here's Godley as he swings and misses. No balls and 2 strikes. Tap to Heston. 1 out. And here's Inciarte. You see the Giants this year from the pitching department have hit 7 home runs. Hudson, Vogelsong, and Bumgarner, and that's where they've gone. And the only opposite field home run was Vogelsong's on this road trip. He hit it into the happy zone at Coors Field. I think it's safe to say that Tim Hudson, who has said this is it for him, is going to enjoy this last month like no other month that he's ever had.
Yeah, you're right. It started last night. But the story of Tim Hudson, I mean, it's a pretty good one when you think about the type of career that he's had. And then he lost his spot in the rotation, had some injuries that he just really had to go on the shelf with for a while. Rehab, came back, and had a couple stints in the bullpen. He's only had 3 in his 17-year career.
And another hit for Inciarte.
And then basically Hudson pitched himself back into the rotation. And last night was the opportunity. And after last night's game, Bruce Bochy said, he's staying. He'll be in the rotation again. So I think that has to be rewarded. And you're right, he is going to enjoy this last couple weeks of his career.
Guys have a lot of home games in the remaining month of September. This is Chris Owings.
16 of the last 22 games.
Only 6 more road games, 3 of which will be against the A's. Cantos and Affeldt are in the Giants bullpen. Owings is singled and bounced out to short. Runner goes on the ground to Duffy. Duffy will check third and throw to first. And here's Goldschmidt, who, after his 2 swings, we'll see if he gets anything to hit at all.
Heston's got an open base. The problem with it is Peralta's had 2 good at-bats behind Goldschmidt. He's 1 for 2 with an opposite field double. Dave Righetti. They may check and see how Affeldt's doing, and this may be where they make the change. I'm not convinced they're going to let Heston face Peralta, the left-handed hitter.
Three and 0. So Goldschmidt will take the walk, and here's Peralta, and here's Bruce Bochy. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up and smog expels. Jeremy Affeldt coming in. See a Data Strong fan, and you might just see yourself in an upcoming broadcast brought to you by T-Mobile. This is Jilly with a picture of baby Lucy wearing her pink Giants gear and doing her best Brandon Crawford stretch. So Affeldt is your new pitcher.
Take a look at the numbers for Jeremy Affeldt. 45th time he has come in. A couple bouts on the DL. 2-2 with a 5.46 ERA. FL, when he's right, you're going to see a low 90s fastball with lots of sink. He'll get a lot of ground balls, big curveball, and a split.
Peralta doubled and scored in the 4th inning. Oh for 4 lifetime. And there's a called strike. So FL right out of bed at 90.
At the end of the season, FL will have completed 14 years at the big league level. That's a long time for a reliever. I mean, he hasn't relieved his whole career, but the majority of his career he has been a reliever.
And this is bounced to Panic. And this will end the inning. So nice job by FL. Giants have some work to do. It's 2-0 D-backs. Up real-time highlights and pitch tracking info on your out-of-market fantasy players live or on demand on over 400 devices. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Get MLB.tv today. So here's Diaza, who's going to pinch hit. Diaza and then Pagan and then Panic. And right off the bat, it hit him. So that's a rough at bat.
The slider just bore right in on him. He had nowhere to go. That is a mistake. It's not intentional. I mean, you're never going to want to try and put a leadoff hitter on in a 2-0 ball game, especially trying to hit him with a breaking ball. But so the Giants will take a leadoff runner any way they can get it. Even though this one was a bit costly for Alejandro De Aza.
Ouch.
He may have got both legs.
And that's it. You hit a guy, you're gone.
You're done.
So Chip Hale coming out when it's time for a change. Think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service. Your oil change tune-up and smog experts. We'll be back. Fan in-depth 49ers coverage every single night, and the home of the official pre and post game shows of the Niners. Sunday to Sunday, the home of authentic 49ers fan is CSN. So it's Andrew Chafin who comes in.
Take a look at what he has done this year. He's had a solid season. 56th time he's come in, 5 over the 2.41 ERA, 50 strikeouts. Chewing on lefties, they're hitting $184 off him. Nobody's really lit him up. He's got a good fastball, it'll be low 90s. 2 types of movement, a lot of sink. He's got a good changeup, which is his best specialty pitch, and a slider.
And it'll be Pagan who's going to face him. Pagan is 0 for 2. Hit a ball well that was caught in the first in the left center and struck out in the third. Here he takes outside and low.
Right out of bed with 92-mile-an-hour sink. Chafin, a first-round pick, a supplemental first-round pick, 43rd overall in 2014 or 2011, I beg your pardon. Chafin wants to know what that pitch was. Little cut fastball. Chafin out of Kent State University. And he still lives in Ohio.
Two-0 pitch to Pagan. And Pagan hits a high foul, and that'll curl into the seats and out of play. Joe Panik to follow.
Piazza has good speed. I mean, I don't know how fast he's feeling like he can run after he took a shin burger off the slider from Godley, but he can run normally.
Inside, 3 balls and 1 strike.
One thing about Chafin, which has really made him a commodity on this bullpen for the Diamondbacks, is that not only can he get you the ground ball, he can get you a strikeout.
And the 1.
Not here.
So here's Joe Panik.
Second baseman, Joe Panik.
Panik is flied out to left. He's flied out to right. See George Cantos ready to go in the Giants bullpen. The bullpen for the D-backs is quiet.
Very quiet.
Kind of like my senior year, no action. 1 ball and no strikes.
In Racine, Wisconsin? Jeez.
Piazza at second. Pagan at first. Panik ahead in the count. And a strike. So that may settle Chafin down just a little bit. 1 ball and 1 strike.
It's amazing how one strike can do that very thing. Just settle you in.
One and two.
And there's the slider. Kind of a slurvy breaking ball. Really not a full slider, not a real true curveball. Kind of right in between.
Tapped. Charging and throwing, and they got panicked by a half a step. Was Owens. Both runners advanced.
It turned out to be a pretty nice play.
So here's Duffy.
Chris Owens really had to make a nice exchange there. Very quick footwork that set up the quick exchange. It's the big leagues.
Duffy 0 for 2. And a strike, and it's 0 and 1. Duffy has been very good in spots like this. That's 66 runs batted in. And remember, he didn't start the first month and a half of the season. Down low.
Now he's a tough guy to pitch to because he uses the whole field. I mean, like good hitters, I mean, you can't give them a steady diet of one anything, one location, one speed, one movement. You have to mix it up. And he has earned that respect.
Two.
Now here's when Chafin's going to take a shot at the strikeout.
Yep.
We're at third, less than 2 outs. That's the plan. From Duffy's perspective, he's got to put it in play. Diamondbacks are relaxing their middle infielders back. They'll give up a run.
Squirts away. Here comes Diaza. He's going to score. It's 2-1. Giants get a freebie.
Yes, they do. And Andrew Chafin has to feel responsible for this. Not a whole lot you can do as a catcher on a fastball that hits that far out in front of home plate. And with Diaz's speed, that's an easy score. Now that'll change everything. It'll be interesting to see how Chip Hale, the skipper of the Diamondbacks, plays the infield now with 1 out and a tying run at third base, and he's going to leave him back.
At least play the middle infielders back. Now they come in. Hit up the middle. Owens checks on Pagan at third. So 2 outs. And here's Belt.
Well, by moving those middle infielders in during the windup of Chafin, it saved him a run. I mean, I like that play because a guy realizes, hey, I just have to put a ground ball up the middle, and then all of a sudden they take that away mid bat. I can lock a guy up.
1 ball and no strikes.
They start out deep, and in the middle of the windup, they start crashing in. Duffy gets the ground ball up the middle, but Pagan not going on contact. It's a wasted opportunity.
2-0. 3-0. That's Randall Delgado. Belt takes a strike. It's 3-1. He's taking. He won't be here if he likes the pitch. Driven to right. Brito back. He's there and he makes the catch. And that's going to end the inning. 2-1 D-backs.
Is brought to you by Heffernan Insurance Brokers. Insurance and financial services for you and your business. Visit hefins.com. And by Xfinity, home of the most live sports.
Arizona leading 2-1 here in the home half of the sixth. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service. Your oil change tune-up and smog experts.
George Contos, the new pitcher now for Bruce Bochy. 65th time that he has come. Very solid body of work for Contos this year. 2-2 with a 1.90 ERA. 40 strikeouts against 11 walks. League hit just 201 against George. Fastball, 2 types of movement. A cut the ball, hard slider to change up.
So it'll be Salta Lamacchia who hit the 2-run home run. To Belt on 1 pitch. 1 out. And here's Lamb.
Come out of the bullpen, the first guy you face, you get 1 pitch out, you're thinking your night is golden. Can't help but. Those are gifts.
So we'll see if Lamb has a gift. Nope. 1 ball and no strikes. Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Good hard slider. Stay on that inside corner. Giants saw Jake Lamb back in April, and he had an amazing 3-game series against San Francisco. We're thinking this guy's going to hit 40 home runs. Cooled off a bit. He's got 6. Hit 286. Solid year.
2-2.
Except on that hard slider down the end. That's a pitch right there that can make a lot of people look foolish.
So Lamb steps up, but not for very long. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
But don't hang it.
Three and 2. Foul back. So Santos challenged him. One out, nobody on. Giants trail by 1. They only have 3 hits in the game. This is struck sharply to Belt, but he makes the play.
Belt getting lots of work down there this inning.
Yes, he is. And here's Brito. Brito is struck out, and then he lined out to right field in the 4th inning. And he takes a strike, and it's 0-1. Mr. Posey and Brandon Crawford. Crawford probably not available. Posey obviously is.
Yeah, 1 day off, going into a day off for Posey. But for Brandon Crawford, we don't know how long it's going to be before he returns to the lineup. He re-injured his side. He had like a minor oblique strain a couple weeks ago, and it's put him on the shelf where it recurred in last night's ball game. So we don't know.
Oh, 2 pitch to Brito. On the ground, and a base hit past the diving pennant. So Brito with a 2-out single, and that'll bring up Nick Ahmed.
Well, that's a concern. Lower back problem that put panic on the disabled list, and you always worry about him diving, especially on a hard infield like this one. You dove a lot. What's that feel like?
But I never had a bad back, so. If you weigh 110 pounds, it doesn't hurt that much.
Well, you weighed a few more than that.
Brito just gets back.
It just looked like it was 110. Tight uniforms will do that to you.
Brito leaning. Two outs, 1 on here in the 6th. Check swing, Belt's got it, and that's going to end the inning. Frustrating at bat. Belt ties the record. 7th inning coming up. 2-1 D-backs. dealer. Heston threw well. Godley threw better. And the difference in this game is a home run by Saltalamacchia. Diaza scored after he was hit on the shin, and he scored on a wild pitch. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change tune-up, and smog experts.
New pitcher now for the Diamondbacks will be Randall Delgado. He's had a solid body of work coming out of the bullpen. Even one start this year, 5-4 with a 3.25 ERA. 54 strikeouts in 61 innings. He's got a good arm. You're going to see mid-90s fastballs with a curveball, slider, changeup. The basic four you see from a starter, and that's kind of what he gives you coming out of the bullpen. He's a good arm.
Popped up over by the Giants dugout, and that's going to be out of play. It's 1 ball and 1 strike.
Hey, he brought his glove. So did she. And she got the ball. Got a bib.
The bib is right. Out of play again, 1-2.
All right, it's our Ford right choice right now. Why not? She makes a play, a one-hander, and he has to sit down dejectedly. That is our Ford right choice. That's a great play.
And a bullet down the left field line. That'll be extra bases for Bird. He's going to hit the bag at first, and that's a leadoff double. Diving at it was Lamb. He didn't miss it by much. So here's Blanco, who's 1 for 2.
Blanco has not had a lot of success against Delgado. 1 for 12 lifetime.
And the pitch is high and wide. 1 ball and no strike.
And those are the numbers, but that was the old Gregor Blanco, not the new version.
Low.
Talking about the adjustment that he made this year. I mean, he was a 257 lifetime hitter. Coming into this at bat, he's hit 292. And that is how dramatic the change has been in his approach and his ability to use the whole field. Hands are quicker. And he's handling the high fastball.
There's a strike.
Good changeup on a 2-0 count. And Delgado's not afraid to throw any one of those 4 pitches that he has in any count. He just proved it there. That's a good pitch.
So Blanco trying to get him in, get him over. And he won't do either. One out.
Ownage is ownage.
So here's Noonan.
Shortstop,
Noonan tonight is bounced out and struck out. So Bird at second. He opened up the inning with a double. And Noonan takes low.
Pat Reynolds, the left-hander, getting heated up.
Noonan on the ground. Goldschmidt. 2 down.
That's the importance of the non-productive out. But Blanco could not advance Bird. I mean, it really proves costly.
Catcher Jackson Williams.
So here's Williams, who walked in the 3rd. And he bounced out in the 5th as Billy Tomlinson comes out.
Well, he has an option here to pick up, or an opportunity rather, to pick up Gregor Blanco here. Base hit here, and that inability to move the runner for Blanco was forgotten.
Two balls, no strikes. So Delgado will step off the back of the mound, gather himself as he goes back up the hill, 2-0. And
for some reason tonight, Diamondbacks have just had problems throwing strikes to Williams. Looking scary in that batter's box.
Perfect pitch. 3-1. So he'll have to do it again. Three and 2.
3-1 off-speed pitch. Giants need an alarm clock to go off in that dugout. They need a base hit to tie this ball game up. Pump some life into them. Diamondback pitching has really collared the Giants hitting tonight.
Three-two pitch. Here it is to Jackson Williams, and he walked him. And here's Buster Posey.
Buster Posey coming in at the right moment. They do have a base where they could put him. Reverse the first and third. Chris Hale, the skipper of the Diamondbacks, going to come out.
So the meeting on the mound brought to you by Ring Central, business communications made simple.
Must be one of those situations where you throw a couple sliders down the dirt, and it gets to a 2-0 count, then you put them on. I doubt if they're going to flat out challenge Posey in the strike zone.
So they're going to walk Buster Posey.
And no surprise.
Which puts the potential lead run at second base. So you're not going to see this very often.
And that is a direct challenge to Angel Pagan.
You might see this once every 5 years. Pagan comes into this at bat with major ownage on Delgado. Pagan is 6 for 14 with 3 doubles.
You see Matt Reynolds, the left-hander down there. Now Pagan is a switch hitter. He's 1 for 5 lifetime against Reynolds. Pagan is a right-handed hitter, hit 320. As a lefty, hit 239. So Chip Hale probably going to say, well, okay, I know he's got some ownage on it, but he's not swinging the bat as good from the left side as he is from the right side. So Delgado going to get a chance to go at him.
So I don't know if we're waiting for a pinch runner. We are. It's going to be Mike Leake.
Pinch running for Buster Posey, number 13, Mike Leake.
So Pagan is 0 for 2. Drew a walk in the 6th inning. And he takes a strike, and it's 0-1.
Right on the outside corner with 90. That's how he opens it up. So Pagan going to step out and think about it.
Oh, 0-1 to Angel Pagan. And this is going to get him out of the inning. And that'll do it. Bottom of the 7th coming up, 2-1 D-backs.
It's time for a 7th inning stretch.
Time for a change. Think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your oil change cleanup and repair experts.
So Mike Broadway into the ballgame now for the Giants. 13th time that he has come in. 0-1 with a 5.56 ERA. Hard thrower. You're going to see a fastball that goes mid to high 90s. Hard slider. And he has a changeup. Broadway down in Sacramento this year. Really had a nice year. 2-0 with an 0.93 ERA and 48 in the third. 13 saves. Kelby Tomlinson in the game now at second base.
So it'll be Phil Goslin to Lead things off, so Panic must be hurting a little bit, as he was due to lead off the 8th inning.
Yeah, that dive may have jarred his back.
So 1-0 to Goslin, who homered in the first game of this series. There's a called strike. Inciarte is on deck. Foul back. It's 1-2. So there's Tomlinson. Foul back.
By the way, a big guy, 6'5", 230, strong shoulder. I mean, you get next to this guy and you just know he can throw the ball 99, which he can.
And he got him.
Hard slider.
So Goslin is gone, and here's Inciarte.
The guys have called up this year. There's some big fellas. Hunter Strickland, Mike Broadway, Josh Osich, Cody Hall. I mean, these guys are big fellas. And they all throw hard.
Hard indeed. Inciarte's 2 for 3. And a bunt, and he rolls it foul. Broadway, and the 0-1 pitch to Inciarte is hit sharply past the diving Tomlinson. And Pagan's going to throw, and it's going to be late.
That was good speed. Well, reminder, Saturday, September 12th is Fiesta Gigantes presented by Coors Light. And the Giants' annual Latino Heritage Celebration will begin. Join us for a free pregame event from 3 to 6 on the Terry Francois Boulevard across from the ballpark for live music, entertainment, food, and sponsor tents. Musical acts will be there, and stop by the Coors Light Beer Garden. For more information, go to sfgiants.com/Fiesta Gigantes.
So here's Owings. Owings is 1 for 3. And the runner goes. And the throw is in plenty of time, and they got him.
Well, Jackson Williams, a reputation for a catch and throw guy. And Inciarte thinking, with one out, I got a chance here with a right-handed hitter up. And you see the jump he gets. Just one step off that back leg. Beautiful. Cannot get rid of the ball any quicker than that. Buster Posey enjoying that technique from Jackson Williams. It's a big out.
Well, the one thing it does is it's going to keep Goldschmidt from hitting with a guy in scoring position.
But I like the footwork, because all Williams did was catch the ball, and he never moved his back foot. And he just got, watch the footwork. He just catches it and off the back foot. I mean, just all there was. I mean, you can't have quicker footwork than that. It's just catch and throw.
Nice block by Williams, and that's going to end the inning. So Williams, nice inning. 8th inning coming up. At 6:30, we'll have the game for you right at the top of the hour. It'll be the Giants and the Padres, and that'll be game 1 of that 3-game weekend series. Then the Reds, and then the D-backs. Two to one, Arizona. Daniel Hudson is the new pitcher.
Take a look at the numbers for Daniel Hudson. 54th time that he has come in. He's had a solid season, 3-3 with a 4.01 ERA, 58 strikeouts in 58 1/3. Just chewing on lefties, and righties have better numbers. And for Hudson, who throws high 90s and occasionally he'll go 3 figures with velocity, it's kind of hard to explain. Hard slider, changeup, a 3-pitch guy, but righties see him better than lefties.
So here's Tomlinson. We do have a couple of changes in the outfield, as that's foul on a play. Inciarte moves from center to right, and A.J. Pollock comes in to play center. So a 2-1 lead for the D-backs with Kelby Tomlinson, followed by Duffy, and then Belt here in the 8th. Way outside to even the count at 1 ball and 1 strike.
Giants would love to get his speed on base to start this inning off.
1-2.
Not on that slider.
Duffy watching from the on-deck circle. The 1-2 pitch to Tomlinson is in the dirt. 2-2.
So he swings at one slider. Why not throw another slider at him? That's the theory. But it's much easier to lay off it the second time you see it. Remember, for the most part, Tomlinson's seen a lot of these guys for the first time. That's the price you pay as a rookie.
Look out. Off the backstop that extends all the way from dugout to dugout. There it is. Two balls, two strikes. How to play again. Squirts into the upper deck and then down to the deck below.
They didn't make many mistakes in this ballpark. It's a great yard. We've encouraged Giants fans for years, ever since this place opened up, to come on down. Very comfortable place to watch a game.
Look out, 3-2. So that's easy 98.
Stuff has never been an issue for this guy.
Two-time Tommy John.
And still throwing 99 miles an hour.
It's in there. Base hit, right field. That's a nice at bat right there.
It really is, and the Giants do get his speed on base to start it off. Well, stay tuned immediately after Giants baseball for Esurance Giants postgame live. Highlights, reaction, and analysis, and it's all coming up right after the game. The thing that we have been so impressed with Tomlinson is very much like what we were impressed with Matt Duffy, the ability to go the opposite way, especially late in the count.
So here's Duffy. Tomlinson with good speed. Goldschmidt holding him tight. And a strike at the knees, and it's 0-1.
Giants play Duffy as if he was going to hit the ball to right field. Pitch the gap in right center. And give him the line in left field.
And again, Tomlinson back.
It's close. Hudson not the easiest guy to steal off of. He's pretty quick out of the stretch. And Saltalamacchia has a good arm.
Duffy holds up. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Close. And unload time from Hudson 1.18 seconds. Average time is 1.25, so he's quick. Catchers appreciate that.
Two and 1. You keep working Duffy away, and he may slap one right in that hole between first and second.
One thing too about Duffy, I mean, you could bet on contact. If you think you're going to get a strike from your pitcher, you could put a play on. Duffy has pretty good speed. Tomlinson with excellent speed.
Two and 2.
Change up and a good one. Ziegler, the right-hander. Reynolds, the left-hander. Lots of activity.
Two pitch. And Tomlinson gets back. Hudson ready. I mean, he's not going to pick Tomlinson off. That's clear. But what he's doing is he's just letting him know that I'm going to keep coming over.
He's keeping him close. Best arm in the Diamondbacks outfield's in right field. Ender Inciarte has a cannon. He's got 9 assists on the year.
Three and 2. And now you might see Tomlinson go. Three and 2. He goes. Driven into right, but it's right at Inciarte. Hustling back is Tomlinson, and the ball squirts away. And with one out, here's Belt.
First baseman, Brandon Belt.
Belt tonight is 1 for 3. So we're going to get a new pitcher. Hudson departs. Belt's coming up. We'll be back. Tomorrow morning, I'll talk about the game with the fellas on KNBR 680, the sports leader. So here's Belt.
And he will face Matt Reynolds, who is making his 9th appearance. He's getting called up. 8 strikeouts in 6 2/3. He's got a fastball that's high 80, 90-ish. Slider and a changeup.
So Belt, who's got some ownage on Reynolds, takes a pitch wide, 1-0. I mean, you just look at, if you play the numbers, 1 for 10 against Hudson, 3 for 4 against Reynolds. Two balls and no strikes.
Well, this ought to be a very interesting pitch. Pinch the gap a little in left center. Basically, it's a pretty straightaway set.
3-0.
This does not give in to him. I cannot believe that he would want to walk him here and put the scoring run, the tying run at second base by way of the walk.
And a strike. 3-1. So Belt now will sit on something fat. Runner goes. And a stolen base and a called strike. Almost looked like a delayed steal from Tomlinson. Whatever it is, it worked.
Belt perplexed. He thought he saw that location early in the at bat, called a ball. So now that breaking ball called a strike. Count going to 3-2. Let's take a look at the 3-1 pitch. It's a ball.
Yep.
Let's see why he's upset.
So now he's got to cover it. And the walk. So now the plot thickens and Chip Hale's coming out again. So we're going to take a break. Ziegler's going to be coming in. It's 2-1.
Attention, social media users.
Third pitcher of the inning, and it's their closer, Brad Ziegler.
60th game Ziegler has been in this year, 0-3 with a record. But look at the saves, 24 out of 26. Done a nice job. He has saved 22 in a row, 2.44 ERA, and he's going to give you a submarine style sidearm with big time sink on the fastball. He's got a slider and a changeup. He'll give you 3 looks.
Bird is 5 for 12 lifetime against Ziegler.
12 at bats against a guy, you're going to know him well.
Taps this one foul. He hit it off his foot, and it's no balls and 1 strike.
Not a good way to start it at bat. Watch the left foot plant right off the toe.
So it's 0-1 to Marlon Bird. To right field, but right there is Inciarte who makes the catch. 2 outs. And here's Blanco. So Blanco coming up. He's 1 for 3. He's never had a hit off of Ziegler, which my partner usually tells me that he's due.
He's due. Chip Hale, the skipper of the D-backs, saying this is the inning that needs saving. This is where I bring my closer in. And not a lot of closers like to come into an existing inning, but Ziegler has not always been a closer. For the longest time, that was his job, to come into an existing inning. As a right-handed specialist, face a big hitter, get him out.
And that will end the inning. So the Giants leave a pair on, and it remains 2-1. After Giants postgame live, you'll get a report from Alex Pavlovich. You get Dodgers and Angels highlights. And the Cal offense gets ready for San Diego State. Check it out. So Broadway stays in the game. We're in the bottom of the ninth. It's Goldschmidt, and then Peralta, and then Saltalamacchia, and a 2-1 lead for the D-backs.
This will be a very interesting at bat.
Out of play.
Power on power. I always talk about how Buster Posey can turn around a fastball as good as anybody. Well, the folks here in Arizona say the same thing about Paul Goldschmidt.
Oh, 2. Peralta to follow. On the ground. It'll be Noonan. In and out of his glove. Forget it.
He does not give you another chance. It's the one element about Goldschmidt's game that you kind of ignore. I mean, he can run. And as soon as that ball did not come out of the and stay in the glove cleanly from Noonan, it was going to be none chance. That fastball, he hits the top end, and you can see him go.
So here's Peralta.
Josh Osich getting ready in the Giants pen. Or he is ready, and now we're going to see him.
So an error on Noonan. So Osich coming in. Giants trying to keep this at a 1-run deficit before they get to the ninth. David Peralta after the error by Noonan.
There you see the numbers for Josh Osich, and they are good. 20 innings pitched, he's allowed 19 base runners, 14 by hits, 5 by walks, 18 strikeouts, mid to high 90s with velocity, hard slider, and a changeup. And the other thing too about Osich, which has been so impressive, and even for the veterans, they say this guy brings calm into a game. He just doesn't rattle. And that is a very good asset to have if you're coming out of a bullpen, especially in late inning situations. You have to pay attention to Goldschmidt at first. He will steal a base.
And Osich, listening to your advice, tosses over to first. Out of play, and it's 0-1.
Goldschmidt has the green light. He can go anytime he thinks he gets a good jump.
And this is lifted again, foul down the left field line. It's 0-2.
Now, manager can put on a sign, a must go. They also put on a sign, don't go. But for a guy who's a green light like Goldschmidt, the don't go is rare. As good a base runner as he is, he knows when to go and when not to go.
Got him.
So a slider, payoff pitch to get the out. And let's take a look at that slider. Kind of runs flat at the belt, but still at that velocity. And for Peralta, who doesn't have a lot of history against Osich, that's enough. Saltalamacchia is the difference in this game. His 2-run homer back in the 4th inning has been the Arizona offense.
And a quick toss to first, and Goldschmidt is back.
With the strikeout of Peralta, the possibility of a stolen base attempt from Goldschmidt intensifies.
And again, another toss to first.
This Bochy called those throwovers to first base.
And the ball gets away, and it's a free 90 feet.
That's a big mistake right there. And I'm not sure how they're going to rule this. It could be a pass ball. Looking for a fastball away. That's a play catcher's got to make. And it indeed has been ruled a pass ball. And for a catch and throw guy like Williams, that is not going to sit well with him.
Swing ain't gonna miss. 1 ball and 1 strike.
And that's the 3rd pitch of Osich, the changeup. I mean, he's definitely established the fastball in the minds of everybody getting in there. A guy that can throw 97, and then to be able to throw that changeup in a fastball count is why the Giants are so excited about this young left-hander.
And Osich will spin around and chase Goldschmidt back. It's a 2-1 lead for the D-backs here in the 8th inning.
And that spin move right there is also something that Bruce Bochy can call from the bench. It's a play he'll put on.
Popped up. Blanco coming in. And here's Jake Lamb. So here's Lamb. Lamb is 0 for 2. And a swing. You're going to miss. No balls and 1 strike.
Good hard slider. As broadcasters before the game, we'll eat up here at the broadcast level. They have a cantina, a cafeteria, and the scouts will eat in the same area. We see a lot of them. I've known them for years. This guy gets asked about more than anybody. Dale Unser, look at your screen, the black shirt. A lot of scouts. Things that are seen in the month of September are talked about in the offseason.
Oh, 2. Thought about quitting after all the injuries that he went through.
Yeah, Josh Osich went through. He really got tested with the injuries. There was significant injuries. Giants are glad he stuck around.
1-2. There's one of the younger scouts that we're talking about. Asked about Osich.
Had his scout socks on, didn't
Yes,
he?
he did. And that'll end the inning. 9th inning coming up. Ninth, and Nick Noonan will lead things off. Noonan, and then Jackson Williams, and then the pitcher spot. And a strike to Noonan, and it's 0-1. Remember, Crawford probably not available. Aoki not available. Noonan shoots it foul. Diaz has been used. Tomlinson's been used. Posey's been used. So your choices are Adrianza and Perez.
Well, and Adrianza's a switch hitter. And Perez, there's your answer. Right-handed hitter.
Outside to Noonan. Noonan hitless in 3 at-bats. Two of those bats against Godley, one of those bats against Delgado. It's 2-2.
Last pitch was the changeup, and that really was the pitch that took Ziegler to be able to be a closer. That changeup that neutralized a lot of left-handers.
Look out.
Heads up.
They're not leaving.
No. That'll never happen.
2 balls, 2 strikes. And Noonan, little flip job to left. But Peralta in there, plenty of time, 1 out. And here's Williams, who's walked twice. He also bounced out.
Well, you cannot pitch hit for Jackson Williams. He's the last catcher the Giants have. Once Posey pinch hit, he's the guy. The backup catcher is Juan Perez, who's never caught at the big league level. I don't think he's caught at any level. And he's just the designated backup guy. So Williams, he's going to hit.
Oh, and 2. And it's outside, 1-2. Williams trying to get aboard. Here's the 1-2 pitch. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
One thing, he's put on some pretty good eyeballs tonight.
Yes, he has. I mentioned earlier, 2 walks. And up the middle, speared by Ziegler. 2 outs. And that'll bring up Perez. So Perez batting for the pitcher with 2 outs and nobody on here in the 9th.
Number 2, Juan Perez.
And it's low to Perez. One ball and 1 strike.
Big sink with that sidearm. Submarine throwing sinker at 84, just bottoms out as it gets up there. And when he's keeping it down around the knees, that's a tough one to get to if you're swinging from the right side.
Tapped slowly. This should do it. And that's the ball game. So Ziegler with a 5-out save. And the Giants go very quietly in the ninth. And they end up going 3-7 on the trip. And tonight it was Zach Godley who's going to end up with the win. And Chris Heston, a tough luck loss. He pitched okay.
Yeah, he really just made the one mistake to Saltalamacchia, the catcher for the Diamondbacks in the 4th inning, and he paid the ultimate price, a 2-run homer, and that was it. The Giants could not do anything offensively after that.
And they had opportunities. Final score, D-backs 2, Giants 1. Stay tuned. Esurance Giants postgame live. That's going to start right now.